資金業咁啊 Anna 咧同佢傾完電話啦，咁啊另外一位嘉賓咧喺直播室第2同第3環節咧，今日咧係 combine 咗，係合併咗一齊做啦。因為咧除咗 Tina Mak 專業地產服務區嘅麥文華小姐之外啦，今日有位咧哇重量級嘉賓啊，就係飛沙河谷地產局主席 Mr. Chris Shields 喺度直播室話好難得請到佢嚟做。
係啊，非常之難得。
我哋集中去講飛沙河谷嘅地產市道啊。
係啊係啊。
幫我哋介紹下 Chris 咧。
Okay, Chris, thank you for joining us. I know it's a little bit tough, right? So we're trying to use mask and we're trying to talk. But welcome to the show. I understand it's your first time, as most of my guests is the first time coming to a live, like Chinese shows for the interview. So thank you so much again. Thank you for coming.
我要廣東話咧，同大家分享一下頭先 Tina 啦。佢主要嚟講咧，歡迎啊 Chris 嚟我哋嘅節目，亦都知道 Chris 係第一次咧上華人電台咧就做直播節目啊。咁我介紹下 Chris 先啦。嗱 ，Chris 咧有15年嘅經驗啦，地產行業啊，而家某大地產公司嗰度任職，亦都係現任啊就飛沙河谷地產局嘅主席嚟㗎。咁啊，哇，真係非常重量級嘅嘉賓啊！咁啊，今日咧會講下飛沙河谷個地產市道啊，亦都講下疫情前、疫情期間嗰個市道嘅變化。我哋所知道咧，啲飛沙河谷而家都非常火熱㗎。咁好多問題咧，即係請教 Chris 嘅。咁啊 Tina 咧以英語咧就問阿 Chris 問題啦。咁啊，我以廣東話翻譯阿 Tina 嘅問題，之後咧阿 Tina 會翻譯翻阿 Chris 嘅心得。
Okay, Chris.
Well, thank you very much for having me, Tina.
Absolutely.
It's a pleasure for me to be
here. It's my honor to have you, right? It's the first time, I've been on the shows for like 13 years. It's the first time I have Fraser Valley presidents on my show. Is my honor to have you here, especially during this pandemic time. It's exciting time for Fraser Valley.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So we want to just dive into the questions because Aiken's already introduced you.
Okay.
So,
前面嗰陣先講到飛沙河谷嗰個地產局嘅範圍啊，可能好多聽到淨係諗住係數嚟嘅啫。Shirley 其實包括北三角洲、蘭里、阿波斯福、白石以及米遜㗎，好大範圍㗎。
Yes. So Aiken, what he just said is that Fraser Valley, every single time we talk about Fraser Valley, we only think about Surrey.
Yeah.
And that's it. It's like nothing else. There's no more other than just Surrey. But no, Fraser Valley includes like North Delta, Surrey, White Rock, Langley, Abbotsford, and Mission.
Yes.
So it's a lot of things going on there right now.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
So you know what? Tell us, like pre-COVID, during COVID, we don't want to say post. We talk about post later, okay?
Right,
We can
right.
do our prediction. Yeah, we're going to talk about, that's right, vaccine is coming. So we're going to talk about, prediction later on. But, share with us what is going on. Like since when, like the pre-COVID market overview. So I just let him to quickly translate that.
Okay.
就想請教 Chris 咧喺疫情前同埋而家疫情期間，哇飛沙河谷嗰個地產市場嘅變化點樣啦？
Yes, share with us.
Well, thank you very much for asking, Tina.
Of course.
Prior to COVID, what we saw really in our market was average market activity. We were still recovering really from the introduction of the mortgage stress test back in January of 2018. But since then, and since our industry has been deemed non-health related essential service, and we have implemented all the health and safety measures that we have for our buyers and our sellers, our sales and our new listings have been at or near record breaking. It really has been a market on fire. In fact, we have never seen this level of sustained housing demand, particularly at this time of year when the market normally slows for the holidays.
Okay, so I just quickly translate that. Chris 咧佢好簡單啦，其實咧飛沙河谷嗰邊咧一直嚟講咧都係你知啦，我哋講過好多次。2018年1月嘅時候咧，我哋有嗰個壓力測試嘛。咁個壓力測試咧無可否認咧，就令到我哋大灣地區嗰個物業咧嗰個數量啊，亦都係即係冇咁旺盛啦，就係因為好多人咧都未必係真係攞到個 mortgage。咁但係咧飛沙河谷嗰邊咧就真係打擊俾我哋呢邊溫氏嘅溫哥華呢邊咧就係大啲嘅，大溫係大啲嘅。咁但係自從Covid 之後咧，即係有 Covid 之後咧，佢話佢做咗咁多年都未見過咁勁啊，直情火爆。無論係 active 嘅 listing 啦，即係攞出嚟嘅樓盤啦，下放盤啦，或者係 sold 嘅 listing 啦 ，sales listings 咧，都係非常之熾熱嘅。I know, like is everything is on fire.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
We've got a few more points to add.
星期3月出咗最新嘅報告講首月嘅價量按年按月都係升嘅嚇。
Yeah. So Aiken was just saying is that like you just had the report out.
On Wednesday. Yeah.
On Wednesday, right? Everything was like on fire. Everything is month to month is up. Sales price, volumes, and all that kind of stuff. So share with us whatever.
Well, since July, actually, we have seen demand in the Fraser Valley for prices of homes and townhomes that are priced correctly. We've seen demand for them go through the roof since July. And as for volume, detached sales in November were up over 90% from November of last year. Townhomes up 50% and condos 15%. As far as prices go, detached homes were up 11.5%. Condos and townhomes up about 4 to 6% year over year.
Wow, OK， 所以咁阿 Chris 嘅意思咧就係話咧，你由7月份啊到而家幾勁咧？勁嘅咧就係話咧，佢嗰個 volumes 咧就 detached house 啦，獨立屋咧就比起同期舊年2019年嘅11月咧係高咗90%啊！ 90啊，唔係19 OK， 咁個價錢咧亦都高咗咧11.5%。咁咧就嗰量嚟計咧，個 townhouse 咧就比即係townhouse 即係城市屋啦，咁咧就比舊年同年咧就多咗50%，而 condo 咧 apartment 咧就比舊年同年咧多咗15%。咁如果你講價錢咧，比起舊年同月舊年2019年咧就係4.6% 嘅 up 個價錢係 up。 咁所以變咗咧就即係乜嘢都係 up，everything is up。
That's right。
因為咧真係有報告出咗禮拜三，而家 Chris 一揸住份報告同你講。
係啊，所以呢啲我哋嘅節目咧就永遠係啦，我哋嘅節目咧永遠唔會誇張。 又唔會即係有嗰句講嗰句 ，OK 係嗰樣就嗰樣，就唔會話即係好誇張啊，令到你冇咁好又講到咁好，嘅差就特別差咁，即係冇啲咁樣嘅，所以大家可以放心呢樣嘢嘅。So in that case, like pre-COVID, obviously it was about stress tests. Okay, during COVID, is all about COVID. It makes the market strong. So who are buying? Like, is it local people or people from the city move there? Like who are buying? What makes the market so hot? So I let Akins to translate that.
咁啊，Tina講啦，喺疫情之前咧，好多人都有關注都係嗰個測試啦。疫情期間所關注嘅嗰個疫情嘅問題。好啦，咁想請教 Chris 啦，咁而家話咁嗰個火熱啦，非沙河谷嗰個地產市度啊，究竟邊一類嘅人士買嗰啲物業咧？係本地嘅人啦，即係喺區內啊，或者係其他城市移入去非沙河谷嘅範圍裏邊居住嘅人咧？
Yeah, so...
Well, what we're hearing is that approximately 60% of our sales in the Fraser Valley are people moving within the same community. So that's first-time buyers, lateral buyers, and move-up buyers.
Okay.
Currently, there's little evidence of overseas investor activity due to the pandemic.
Very little, right? Yeah, okay. So how about people from the city move to Fraser Valley?
We are hearing that is happening as well. Somebody could sell a condo in downtown Vancouver and buy a detached home in the valley and put money in the bank.
Yes.
阿 Tina 補充一句咧，就問多清楚啲就喺其他城市移入去非沙河谷嗰個情況係點嘅？
係啦，其實咧阿 Chris 嘅意思咧就即係話咧有60%嘅咧係大部分嘅人咧都係喺即係喺翻非沙河谷裏邊嘅初次置業啦。 或者咧就係即係由細屋換大屋啦咁樣樣，咁我咧就問多，即係但係佢話咧就係海外嘅買家咧就極少啦 ，OK， 咁然之後咧另外一樣嘢咧就係我就係話到啦，就再加翻咧就係話，究竟咧係咪因為我哋嘅城市即係呢邊咧大灣地區咧呢邊咧嘅人咧賣咗咧，然之後搬入去，佢話絕對係見到有個可能性咧就係話喺 downtown 買咗個 condo 買咗個apartment， 咁跟住咧就可能咧去 Fraser Valley 嗰度咧就買個 detached house 獨立屋，咁所以變咗嘅情況之下咧就即係有咁嘅現象係絕對出現嘅。I know that I'm talking about Chinese, but you catch it what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Fair enough.
So let me just move on to the next question.
Sure.
So in the middle of this pandemic, so economic uncertainty and homes are selling like record level high, right? We've never seen this like that. So as you mentioned, it's local buyer, first time buyer and all that. How about investors? Do you see a lot of local investors or people from the city moving there, investors? Do you see that?
咁阿 Tina 問另外一個問題就係而家喺嗰個疫情期間，啲疫情大流行期間啦，咁經濟嘅情況始終唔係咁穩定啦。但係咁飛沙河谷嗰啲房屋嗰個銷量咧，哇，從來未試過咁高㗎。咁所以話投資者嘅情況，究竟本地區內嘅投資者啊，其他城市移入去飛沙河谷個區嘅投資者啊，會唔會係呢類嗰個投資者比較多啲？不過咧，見時間咧差唔多5點半，唞一唞先，翻嚟咧
Yeah, almost.
我哋呢個問題。不過咧，我休息之前咧，想補充一句，阿 Chris 咧咁啊好聽話㗎，有戴口罩嚟我做節目。
係啊。
咁口罩咧係寫住飛沙河谷。
We talk about we're promoting your mask. Fraser Valley mask. Yeah. Thank you. So because it's commercial, we're gonna just talk here,
Okay.
and then we can talk about so Chris can give us the answer right now, so I don't have to translate until when the commercial break is over. Then I translate it. So investors, what do you see?
Well, we are definitely having investors. There's in any market, we have people either buying properties to live in or to rent it out. But either way, they typically buy it to hold on to. As you know, Tina, real estate is a proven long-term investment.
Absolutely.
So
yeah. But do you see it's like more local Fraser Valley Fraser Valley investors, or like could be like a lot of us from the city investors?
Not something that we track, Tina.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But,
okay. Fair enough.
With the travel restrictions, we're confident that the investors are not coming from overseas or outside of our region.
But I think that maybe the only way that you can kind of like track or trace is that realtors from the city have their buyers together with them.
Yes.
Then because of our address, then we kind of like figure.
We see a lot of that. We do see a lot.
But then if that is the case, probably is a lot of us, bringing our clients, investors to go there.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be interesting to know, because obviously from the investment point of view, our city's price is so much higher, and then the return on investment is just it's tough. It's it's not as attractive. Whereas the Fraser Valley's price is a lot more attractive. And we'll talk about the rental rates later on, but I'm going to translate all that.
Yeah, the home buying dollar goes way further in the Fraser Valley.
Yes.
第三節嘅投資金業再介紹一次我哋喺直播室嘅嘉賓啦。第一位嘉賓咧就係大家都熟悉㗎啦，就係專地產服務區咩頭嘅文華小姐 Tina 啦。第二位嘉賓咧就係飛沙河谷地產局嘅現任主席 Mr. Chris Shields 㗎。咁啊講下咧飛沙河谷個地產市道嘅。啱喺休息之前咧問個問題啦，投資者喺飛沙河谷個範圍裏邊買物業嘅情況係點嘅？
係啊。頭先咧就係問啦，即係多數咧係本地，即係喺翻飛沙河谷嘅本地嘅投資者啊，定係咧阿 Chris 見到咧係好多啲咧喺我哋 Vancouver 嘅 agent 嘅經紀咧，就帶啲客咧就入去 Fraser Valley 嗰度咧，然之後買嚟投資嘅。咁Chris 嘅意思咧就係冇一個 tracking system 嘅，就係唔知道咧究竟係咪乜嘢。但係咁我咧喺嗰個我哋commercial 之間咧，我就話啦，唯一我哋可以或者係即係知道嘅時候咧，就係話好似我哋呢啲喺城市嘅經紀咧，我哋攞住啲 business card 啊，知道咧我哋咧係喺 city 嗰度嘅，咁啊帶啲客入去 Fraser Valley 嘅時候咧，咁樣咧就會令到咧就佢哋會可能估計咧呢一個買家咧就可能係由城市即係由 city 大灣嗰度咧就入去飛沙河谷嗰度嚟到做投資嘅。Okay, great. So let's move on to the next one. Now, I have been told that Fraser Valley has been having 1,000 people per month moving to Fraser Valley. I mean, is it still going? Is it only Surrey?
Sorry,
Okay, it's only okay. Now then we're talking about Surrey. Okay, he's correcting. Yeah. Maybe you can tell us it's not 1,000, maybe like 5,000 or whatever. So is it do you have that numbers? And also. For that, why are they attracted to moving, in? Besides, obviously, the housing price. I understand that we're more expensive.
個問題咧，咁話我修正咗㗎，聽日就話咧，佢所知道咧就每個月1000人移入去飛沙河谷住，1000人咧係數理。如果計埋其他城市，可能北三角洲啊、米信啊、阿波斯福啊，嗱你可能唔止1000㗎。好啦，我哋假定1000個係入去數理先啦嚇。咁啊每個月有1000人咧移入去數理去住嘅。咁啊乜嘢原因或者咩誘因啊，令到
咁多人
啲人咧係入去數理住，會唔會就係除咗屋價平之外，會有其他嘅因素咧
？Okay. You share the numbers.
Thank you, Tina. That number is likely not the case at this time due to travel restrictions. But yes, pre-COVID, Surrey was one of the fastest growing cities in Canada. And not just Surrey. Langley, Abbotsford, and South Surrey. There's so many reasons Fraser Valley and Chilliwack are booming.
Yeah.
First is space. We have available, developable land. Second, you touched on it, affordability. Your home buying dollar goes way further in the Fraser Valley. Depending on property type and location, prices are 1/3 to 1/2 less than Vancouver. Literally thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars less. And financing can be very challenging, as you know, these days.
Yes.
Third is amenities, shopping, parks, schools, local attractions, transportation and infrastructure. People used to go to Vancouver and buy property for lifestyle, livable, walkable communities. Now they are finding that they have all of that to offer in the Fraser Valley and for a fraction of the price.
Okay, great. So let me just quickly translate that before my aging brains will forget things. So now 阿 Chris 嘅意思咧就係話咧，唔係淨係數理，即係 Fraser 河谷咁樣淨係講數理，但係咧就好多啲有 Langley 啦、Abbotsford 啦、North Delta， 所有呢啲咧就全部咧都係越嚟越多人入去。點解咧？一句講晒就係個 space 問題啦。咁當然咧。係啦，空間多啲。咁當然因為而家嚟講咧，就係因為嗰個Covid 啦，嗰個 restrictions 啊，即係唔係話咁多人即係搬嚟搬去啊，即係走嚟走去啊，有一個城市去第二個城市啦。但係一般性嚟講咧，當我哋嘅疫情之前嘅時候，我相信之後咧都會係一樣噶啦，係好多人咧就入去。當然我頭先講咗一句説話啦，就係嗰個錢嘅問題啦。OK， 因為大灣呢邊就比較貴啊嘛，裏邊咧就Fraser河谷咧就比較平嘅，咁佢哋有空間啦，可以建築嘅。嗰啲 developable land 啦，即係你可以發展嘅可發展嘅地咧就多好多啦。價錢嗰方面咧，由少到咧由可能咧就平1/3到甚至1半嘅都會 OK 係啦，比起溫哥華，咁佢嗰度咧你又有 shopping mall 啦，又有學校嘅，有 schools 啊 parks 啊，咁所以好多嘢嘅時候咧，令到好多人覺得就話 OK， 我搬入去數理，咁再加埋就係話咧，你喺大溫嘅時候咧，好似講 downtown 啦嚇，你一個2房嘅 apartment 咧都隨時100萬㗎啦 ，OK， 咁但係你入到去Fraser河谷嘅時候，你100萬嘅咧，而家尤其是而家咧，你即係有個可能性咧係可以買到間屋㗎嘛嚇，咁所以變咗嘅情況之下咧，就係因此咧就好多人咧就係入去Fraser河谷咧嗰度買樓嘅。OK， now the next questions is about the SkyTrain。So what do you think? Now the Surrey Langley SkyTrain line, how is it gonna impact the housing values? Like, it is gonna go through another roof? So, like share with us.
咁我講到天車啦，嗱原本以前咧有輕便鐵路嘅，不過換咗新市長之後咧，變咗條天車，咁運輸聯網都同意咗，省政府都同意咗啦，起天車㗎啦，亦都而家策劃緊。好啦，咁想請教阿 Chris 啦，將來數理接過去蘭里有天車之後，對屋價所造成嘅影響有幾大咧？
Yes, share with us how expensive it is going to be.
Thank you, Tina. Thank you. It's a great question. I'd like to give you a two-part answer if I could.
Okay, all right.
So based on what we've seen in Metro Vancouver, where there are existing SkyTrain hubs, Richmond, Burnaby, downtown Surrey, and the communities that are served by the West Coast Express, home values go up wherever there is accessible public transit. But just take a look at Burquitlam before and after the Evergreen line went in. Completely different and better neighborhood to live in or to invest in. You can also draw from number 3 road. Same thing. Look at all the condos that have gone up since that was developed. I'll hold my second part for you.
Okay, good. Thank you. 咁咧，阿 Chris 嘅意思咧就好簡單啦。你睇下 Richmond 啦、Burnaby 啊、Downtown 啊、Surrey 啊，咁你成扎呢啲咁連埋咧，就係點咧 ？West Coast Express 咁連上去啦。OK。係啦，咁你連咗嗰度之後咧，咁你諗下啦，大家都知道啦，以前咧就講高貴林嘅啫，而家咧就有個 Burquitlam 啦，係咪？咁啊 Burquitlam 高貴林其實咧就都係喺 Burnaby 嘅交界啦，即係 Burnaby 同埋 Coquitlam 嘅邊界咁樣啦，係咪先？係啦，個邊境嚟嘅，咁啊但係係啦，咁所以變咗咧咁嘅情況之下，都又發展咗個區，咁所以嗰個區嚟嘅叫 Burquitlam 啦。咁其實 Burquitlam 大家都知道啦，就係有個天車喺嗰度啦，係咪？咁所以所有嘅時候咧，我哋即係以前咧就所謂嘅 location 咧，你基本上而家咧我哋成日講就係 transit，你有得 transit 嘅地方嘅時候咧，你基本上嗰個升值能力咧就會係好好多嘅啦。So your part B coming along.
Okay, thank you, Tina. So we all have clients who want to reduce their commute time and help the environment, but it has to get built first. Premier Horgan just announced that his government is committed to completing the SkyTrain extension, but it's contingent on the federal government matching the funding. And we all know that we're in a period of economic uncertainty right now, with the province and the country taking on serious debt. I do hope it gets built. Our region desperately needs it, and we support it.
Yes. Us too, trust us. OK， 咁咧其實個意思就係話咧，第二部分嘅答案咧就係話咧，我哋賀錦咧嘅省長咧係講咗話，即係希望咧係呢條快線咧嘅 SkyTrain 咧落去 Langley 咧係會係起嘅，咁但係咧個情況都係要聯邦政府。即係要撥下錢啦，幫下錢啦，係咪先 ？money，right？ 係啦，咁啊，但係咧就係而家咧，因為疫情咧，我哋大家都即係全世界都好多債務啊。OK， 唔係呢個唔係淨係加拿大嘅，全世界嗰啲債務咧，我相信我哋幾代咧都即係有排還啊咁樣。咁咧，但係無論點樣樣都好啦，呢啲咁嘅 infrastructure 咧，就係非常之重要嘅。咁大家咧都希望咧係可以見得成呢個 SkyTrain 嗰度嘅。So OK，so let's go to another like questions. So as we know, this program, as I mentioned to you, is an investment program. So the people who listen, we reach 80% of the Chinese community. So obviously, when we listen, it's not just the investor. There's first-time buyer. People they listen to you and me. Get some guidance. That kind of stuff. So now Chinese traditionally, usually they like to invest in the city. But as I mentioned, expensive. We move over to Fraser Valley. Surrey, as we always said, like people, they talk about Surrey. The condo price, it was like 400, not that long ago, a few years ago, and now it's like $800 a square foot. Okay, so do you see any of these, specific local trends, like with all these communities and property types that the Chinese, they should consider, not just Surrey, but, they should consider somewhere else and why? Yes, so I let him to translate that.
呢個節目咧係一個
投資
嘅節目啦，就講投資嘅啫嚇。
係。
咁啊，以華人係我哋嘅主要嘅聽眾啦，一定係添啦。
係啊。
咁華人咧就主要嚟講都好中意投資嘅，咁啊可能一啲大城市裏邊咧就買物業啊。
成日都話要買downtown啊，總之係嗰啲咁嘅地方嘅。
因為咧就係可能其他城市比較貴啲啦個屋價啦，咁而家開始咧東移啦，咁啊包括去到素里啦。咁啊講到個屋價啦咁啊喺數理嚟講咧，早幾年即係唔係太耐嘅，咁嗰啲 condo 啲拍文咧都係大概400蚊
左右一尺啦。
但係而家你去到800蚊尺㗎啦，咁啊想請教 Chris 啦，究竟而家個趨勢係點樣咧？喺 Facebook 嗰個社區裏邊，而家嗰個趨勢係點啊？同埋以一個華人嘅投資者一個角度嚟睇，佢應該考慮邊一類型嘅物業，就係喺 Facebook 話考慮邊一類型嘅物業去投資，同埋嗰個原因何在？Yeah,
tell our investor where shall we put our money?
Okay, first part of my answer, you know, as I mentioned on the break, Tina, real estate is a proven long-term investment.
Of course.
People buy either to live in it or to rent it out.
Yes.
But either way, it's usually to hold on to.
Yes.
Areas that have been exploding in terms of growth in the Fraser Valley are condos in Surrey City Centre and downtown White Rock. Townhome developments all over Langley, Abbotsford, Surrey, and South Surrey.
Yeah.
I'll pause there for a second.
OK， 即係基本上咧，大家都知㗎啦，個個都係中意買磚頭㗎啦。OK， 咁你買磚頭嘅時候咧，咁啊一係就自己住啦，一係就出租啦。咁所以咧就大部分嘅情況之下咧，大家都知道呢度咧就唔係亞洲，亦即係唔係香港、大陸點樣避嘅地方咧，就係隨時咧即係可以。一年咧就翻倍嘅，而家就未必得啦嚇 ，OK。咁但係咧就即係大家都係要長線揸嘅，長線揸嘅時候咧，咁你一般性嚟講咧 ，Surrey 啊，嘅 condo 啊，或者咧係White Rock 嘅 downtown 啊，就好多 condo 嘅。咁嘅情況之下嘅時候咧，有啲咩地方咧可以再考慮咧 ？Yes, second part.
Okay. So in Surrey City Centre, near the SkyTrain, the average price per square foot for a condo is just over $600. It's the same as it was 2 years ago, but it's up over 11% compared to 3 years ago. the price per square foot for townhomes in Willoughby and Walnut Grove in Langley is up 7 to 8% in 1 year. In Abbotsford West, the price per square foot for townhomes has increased by almost 20% in just 1 year.
Wow! So 係啦，佢即係Chris 嘅意思咧就係話咧，Surrey 嗰度嘅時候咧，佢基本上咧就大概600蚊一尺，咁600蚊一尺咧，我相信都係比較啲大概係即係二手咁樣樣啦嚇，有啲一手嗰啲咧，咁曾經真係去到800㗎，咁然之後或者而家咧就即係回落咗啦咁樣樣。咁如果你比起2年前咧，都其實咧係差唔多嘅，但係比3年前咧已經高咗11%㗎啦，高咗11%。咁然之後咧就其他啲地方咧就要高咗11%。另外又即係過去嗰1年咧高到11%。townhouse 嗰啲咧喺 Abbotsford 嗰啲咧係多咗成20%添。咁
升咗20%。
係啊，升咗成20%。而家講緊價錢啊，唔係淨係 volume 啊，唔係淨係數量啊，係價錢啊。咁所以變咗咧就真係喺我哋嘅commercial 之後咧，咁我哋再繼續咧去問咧阿 Chris 咧另外一啲問題嘅。
我而家聽一聽我説話啦，翻嚟咧仲有一節嘅投資金業㗎。
Good. So we carry on,
Okay.
with our Facebook Live. Okay, we carry on. Now, when you said, I want when we come back, I want to talk about the detached house.
Okay.
I understand that everything is about, anything that is about $1 million is going multiple offer situation. Now, sometimes people don't believe in it. So I would like you to share with us is that what is the multiple offer situations going on right now? And, is it just detached house? Is it condo? Is it townhouse? And then, and obviously then later on, I also would like to touch on the rental rate. Because as investors, it has to make sense.
Right.
The rental, the ROI, the return on investment.
Right.
That is very important to us because the condo fee and the strata fee, okay, traditionally it's less expensive than the city. And so for that reason, should we consider it? Because they worry about, the Chinese sometimes worry about, okay, who is going to rent? Will I get, a vacant for a while because nobody, is renting or less people renting because everybody wants to go to the city to work. So we have that concern. And so, I would like you to address that when our breaks is over.
Okay.
And then that will be wonderful.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, happy to do that.
Yeah. We have to make sure that I can get things done by 1758,
Okay.
558.
A warm hello to everybody in Facebook land.
Yeah. I know. So yeah, we will talk about the crazy interest rate too.
Yes.
0.99 is.
Yeah.
I literally just renewed mine for 1.79, and I was very happy.
Yeah. Yeah.
But for refinancing, and
Yeah.
then right now he's talking about.
好，翻嚟最後一節嘅投資金業直播室裏邊咧，除咗 Tina Mak 問華小姐之外咧，仲有一位嘉賓咧，就係菲沙河地產局嘅現任主席 Mr. Chris Shields 嚟講緊菲沙河嗰個地產市道嘅。
Okay, so during our break, we talk about detached house, and then anything around $1 million, multiple offer situation. Please share with us what kind of products right now is having multiple offer situations and how many offers, have you heard like 40 of them offers or just 2 or things like that. So I let Aiken to translate that.
我講獨立屋喎，菲沙河裏邊獨立屋咧，阿 Tina 所聽到你而家都100萬啦，都要㗎啦個價錢。
要。
咁我想聽到咧 multiple offer 即係好多人爭一個盤啦，想請教 Krista 究竟而家邊一類嘅獨立屋啊，即係最多人爭，同埋咧嗰個次住嘅情況幾大咧？會唔會有幾10個 offer 或者得幾個 offer 咧？
Yes, please share with us, Chris.
Okay, well, Tina, I'm glad you asked that. Yes, there are multiple offer scenarios happening, and some properties are selling in just a matter of days. I recently heard a story from one of my colleagues where a detached house went on the market, and they said it was priced fairly well to fair market value. So not underpriced, trying to drive multiple offers. It was priced well. And they had 39 offers. So sometimes you'll get lots of offers like that, and sometimes 2 or 3. But what's really important for your listeners and your viewers is that they get advice. If you're looking to buy or sell real estate, find a realtor that you can trust and they will help guide you in the area that you're looking to buy or sell.
Absolutely.
And they will help give you guidance and advice through the entire process.
Absolutely.
So it's really important to get advice because real estate is so local. And the realtor will know what's happening, whether there's multiple offers happening for that particular property type in that particular neighborhood. And we have so many neighborhoods, as you know, in the Fraser Valley that it really needs the advice of a local expert.
Absolutely。咁阿 Chris 嘅意思咧就係屋咧，佢曾經咧就聽過最近咧，我哋有個同事咧就係嗰個叫價個物業嗰間屋嘅叫價咧，其實咧係唔係特登叫低㗎嚇，係一個市場價錢嘅。但係最撚尾呢個39個 offer，39個 offer 咁咪唔使諗啦，唔使問啦，梗係超過叫價嚟到買啦。咁所以因為咧飛沙河谷咧都大家都講啦，唔係淨係 Surrey 㗎嘛，有咁多地方嘅時候咧，你都係真係要揾個當地嘅即係專業㗎啦。咁然之後咧就去買，咁我哋咧就隨時可以咧就幫助大家去介紹啲當地嘅專業咧嘅經紀咧去幫助大家嘅。So do you see that is you know like do you have you heard? Okay, North Delta is more hot, White Rock, Langley, Abbotsford, Missions. Like, do you know which one? Have you heard? You know, or are they just more or less? It all depends.
佢聽咗啦幾個區啊，想請教下 Chris 嘅而家即係北三角洲啦，
素里啦。白石啦，係啦。
白石啦，佢嘅情況點一個每一個。
係咪真係個個都咁搶得咁勁咧？係嘛？係咪 ？Yeah, is always like that?
Yeah, I think again it's local, and so it's more or less could be different depending on timing and so on. You know, when it comes to townhouse developments, for example, my advice to buyers is don't go in it unless you're in it to win it. Because for all those extra people that put in an offer just to see what they can do, they help to drive the price up. And if they're serious about buying a townhome in that complex, the next one that comes on the market, the new bench price has been set because so many offers went in on the previous sale that the next one gets offered up for a higher price. So they kind of shoot themselves in the foot if they're just going into a multiple offer scenario.
Right? Don't go in until you're serious.
Exactly.
Yes,
exactly.
Yes.
Get serious.
Yes, get serious. 咁啊 Chris 嘅意思咧就真係話咧，嗱，如果大家想有心買嘢咧，真係買嘢。先至去落 offer， 唔好諗住咧就即係 OK， 我試下撈波佢啦咁樣樣。咁嗱講真嗰句啦，你撈波嘅時候咧，人哋隔離嗰個唔知道你撈波噶嘛。咁咧你就谷到咧就即係如果由本來一個 offer 變兩個 offer， 兩個 offer 變4個，4個變10個，即係類似咁嘅嘢嘅時候咧，咁想買嗰個人咧就係一定話我非即係我哋中國人嘅話齋啦，即係千金難買心頭好啊。OK， 咁如果你真係好中意，你預正有一個咧，咁你就谷高晒啲價錢咧，就令到咧嗰個價錢咧就變咗係新嘅標準價啦。咁所以變咗咧，大家咧就真係話咧有心先至去買嘢，唔好咧係唔係都去試下落個 offer。Right? So yeah, that is totally right. Now let me ask you, because I'm investor, we are investors.
Yes.
What kind of rental rate can we talk about? Like house, in condo versus townhouse. If I want to buy, I mean, I might not have $1 million to buy. But then I worry about condo because of COVID, because of elevator, amenities, and all that. Would townhouse be a choice of investment or duplexes? You know, I let Aiken to translate that.
出租啦，咁我講出租率嘅問題，咁當然啦，獨立屋啊、城市屋啊，以及係柏文啦。但係柏文咧好多擔心咯喎，尤其搭 lift 啊，可能個空間嘅問題啦。可能會唔會係城市屋啊？喺出一個投資者角度嚟講，諗住出租嘅，會唔會城市屋係一個好嘅選擇啊？
Yes.
Again, this is where the advice of the realtor comes in to help your investor buyer on the right type of property for them and weighing out the risks. And maybe going online and doing some research ahead of time about the demand for rental properties in a particular neighborhood or a particular property type and what kind of prices they're paying. We did a recent scan. I mean, rental prices is not something that our board tracks.
Of course.
But recently we did a scan online and we saw condos being offered from anywhere from $1,000 to $1,500 for a 1-bedroom and $2,000 plus for a 2-bedroom. Of course, depending on location.
Of course.
But there's all kinds of different property types that might make sense for your investor buyer. And again, they got to get the advice of their local realtor to help guide them through it and weigh out the pros and cons.
But when you mentioned earlier about 1,000 to 15 for 1 bedroom and 2,000 plus for 2 bedroom, which area? I don't expect that will be like in Missions or in Abbotsford. I think that would you consider that as in Surrey?
Yeah, that would have been Surrey Centre. In a high rise in Surrey City Centre. So of course that's a SkyTrain hub. So when you're looking in the Fraser Valley, there's different rates and people need places to live. And because the cost of real estate has been climbing steadily over the last number of decades, it's more challenging for people to buy real estate. So where your investors come in is providing a place to live for the renters.
Yes,
right?
yes.
So at every community has people looking to rent.
Absolutely 嗱，咁頭先阿 Chris 嘅意思咧，就係如果佢知道咧，即係condo 嘅時候咧，如果喺 Surrey Centre 總之喺 SkyTrain 附近嗰啲咧，有可能即係1000到1500蚊一個房，2000蚊以上嘅咧就係2個房。咁當然啦，呢啲咧就未必會係喺 Mission Abbotsford 就唔會係喺嗰啲區域嘅。咁但係咧就最主要嚟講就係話，我哋即係身為投資者咧，都係買嚟係希望咧係可以租俾有需要嘅人士咧去租去嚟到住嘅，咁唔係話即係希望咧就即係當然我哋想賺錢之時咧，亦都係可以provide 到咧有一個好嘅居所咧係俾啲租客嘅。
都啦，咁我最後啲時間咧講下利率喎，
Yes.
投資一定關心㗎啦。
Let's last final questions about the interest rate. Crazy, like literally in the last month, like. Bing, 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 keep on going, down, right? So, what do you think that how this will affect the post-COVID in Fraser Valley? So I let Aiken translate.
利率而家係Tina 要 crazy 瘋狂形容，唔係一路上漲係一路跌緊咁補充一樣嘢啦，就係有某一間銀行啦，而家出到個 fixed rate 我記得係0.99。
係
好啦，請教 Chris 啦，利率咁低咧，對喺非洲河谷裏邊啦，或者喺疫情之後啦，嗰個市道嗰個變化啲咩影響啦？咁低利率
Okay, what is your crystal ball?
I wish I had a crystal ball. Right? But what I can tell you is some really good news, Tina.
Okay.
We are in constant communication with the BC Real Estate Association and their chief economist. And the good news is that the economist is predicting that these ultra-low, historically low interest rates are going to remain for at least a couple more years. What I'm telling my clients is the cost of money is on sale right now.
I know.
So it's a prime opportunity to get out and buy real estate.
Yes.
There's fantastic opportunities in the Fraser Valley. There's beautiful communities, livable, walkable communities,
Absolutely.
Parks and schools and shopping. We have it all at a fraction of the price of the Greater Vancouver.
That's why interest rates on fire, Fraser Valley on fire.
Right. These are good times for people, especially for investors.
Exactly. 咁我咧就即係最後尾咧就解釋俾翻譯翻俾大家啦。因為非洲河谷嘅地產局咧就其實地產局咧就不停咧都會同咧我哋 BCREA 嗰啲嘅經濟師咧就會係即係不停咁樣有聯繫嘅。
BCREA 係 BC 房地產協會。
係啦，咁佢咧就佢哋個個都話㗎啦。未來嗰2年咧，嗰個利息咧都唔會上漲嘅 ，OK， 咁即係話咧未來其實唔止我本人睇就唔止2年啦，因為咧我哋曾經係啊，因為咧我哋曾經講過咧就係話關於我哋以前嘅加拿大嘅governor 啦，咁然之後咧就要講過咧就係關於咧嗰個會係 generation，OK， 事情係咧就係即係 generation 咁低嘅，因為我哋始終負債太多啦，全世界都係，咁所以變咗咧就係話 OK。幾大個頭，戴幾大頂帽，我不嬲都係講呢句説話㗎啦。所以咧今日咧就好多謝阿 Chris 咧就it will tells us, but no worries, we're still honest. But you know what? I really thank you for sharing all this information with us because the interest rate, the COVID, and everything else, it gives us opportunities. And but at the same time, we make sure that we don't overkill, ourselves, leverage ourselves too much. Right. Thank you so much, Chris.
Thank you.
Okay, here we go.
Thanks for having me, Tina.
Of course,
yeah.
of course.
My pleasure.
時間到晒啦，咁我下禮拜同一時間再見咯喎，拜拜。
Bye. So we're so we're so happy to have you.
Thank you.
I mean, like we have
Thank
to
you.
do this again.
I know.
And
13 years since you had someone from the Fraser Valley.
I
It's
know.
too long.
Smack myself to do that. We'll get more of you guys to come up and share with us, especially right now. Opportunities just amazing.
Great opportunities.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. Aiken was there. Yeah. Okay. So, bye guys.
Thanks
See
for
you next
having me.
time.
Nice to meet everyone.
Bye.